love Japanese games, but Tokyo Game Show has this problem, and I think the Japanese industry has a problem, if I'm gonna be frank, where so many games have sequels year after year, it's just the same thing. Every time I come to the show, I feel like that game is back. I mean, it's a new game in the series, but anyway, finally we're starting to see a whole lot of really creative and inventive indie games show up at the show, and this year it was probably the biggest and best presence of them all, and I know we get to check out a bunch. What was one of the ones that was your favorite?
Man, I really liked this one game called Push Me Pull You.
Oh, that creepy game?
It's so weird. And it's, you know, at first it's like, it's definitely eye-catching. Like, you walk past it, you want to see what it's all about. And the first time you touch the controls, I pretty much saw the same expression on everyone's face, which is like,
Yeah, you control like this long tubular thing that has like two humans on the end, and they have these arms, and they're kind of doing this like weird crawling thing.
Yeah, it's totally cat dog.
Yeah.
You're like pushing and pulling using each stick. So your left stick is like the left head, and your right stick is the right guy, and you kind of both crawl around. You can actually stretch and morph your body longer or more contained. And I guess at least the only version I played was a versus mode where it's two of these
Wiener people,
and yeah, let's go with that. And they're like wrapping around a ball. You want the ball to be mostly on your side and your territory, and so you're kind of morphing your gross torso area around the ball, squeezing it away from the other people. It's so funny looking. It's hard to know where you're even at or like what you're trying to do. I'm constantly confused, but man, it was fun. And after, I would say, you know, 5-10 minutes, you pick it up and it's really engaging.
Yeah, like a crowd gathered around us and was like snickering, being like,
Ew.
It's so weird. And it is, and it's really strange. But you know, I mean, that's sort of like experimental like creativity, right? Like that's how any great thing gets started. And like, yeah, I'm not saying Push Me Pull You is going to be like this next great phenomena, but it's certainly like one of the more interesting things that I've seen at TGS.
Absolutely, it's totally worth checking out. And when I was playing that one for a while, you jumped away and you played a game. What did you play?
This guy approached me, and often when I get approached, I'm always like, we'll see. But he had this game that was called Lurking, and it's this horror game that utilizes a microphone and your actions in game, and any noise that you make, or you know, in real life, like you're scared or something, or if you take a walk, it emits this sort of sonar pulse, and you can't see anything in the world until that happens. So in the one sense, you want to do it because you need to know where the hell you're going and what it is you need to interact with around you to progress. On the other hand, any enemies in the game detect you when you do something like that. And you can't see them until you emit a sonar pulse anyway. So it's this kind of a risk-reward balance of, I need to see where I'm going, I don't want to die. The concept is really, really interesting. The game itself the level design I don't think is quite all there yet. But I think that there's like a really good foundation for a really great game to sort of come out of that. You know, maybe Lurking isn't going to be it, but maybe it's the next game he makes if he kind of takes that idea and grows it or something.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, you always see all these innovative games, and they have the Sense of Wonder Night here, which is this really cool festival that kind of celebrates creativity and inspiration in Japan. And one of the games that I saw was this game called Expand. It's a very clean-looking game. It's mostly black and white. Yeah. You're just square, and you're kind of exploring the world. But what's really interesting is that you're in this very small space, and you find that it quickly expands into this interesting puzzle. Shapes are constantly shifting, and you easily find out the common goal, which is to kind of navigate your square into the path to find the next place. But you know, there's just no loading screen. It looks so seamless, and you're just constantly immersed in it. And before I knew it, I had easily spent 20 minutes playing this like really fun it's kind of like a platformy style game, but there's a lot more mechanics involved in it, and it's beautiful, and the music is just fantastic. And it's just a wonderful experience, and I'm really excited to see where that game goes.